right, Patrick. First of all, I want to congratulate you on 10 years at Point of Rental.
Thank you.
Uh, a lot of I ask new people what they did before they got to Point of Rental, and it's been a while, and we didn't record a new person interview for you. So can you give me like a 1 minute rundown of what you were doing professionally before you got to Point of Rental?
Sure. I was working at a an event company that was using the point of rental expert software for about 5 years before I started working at Point of Rental. So I did a lot of things there: order entry, um, opening and closing transactions, kind of an inventory, kind of turned into inventory tracking position. So, yep, that's what I did prior to working at Point of Rental.
All right, so you had that hands-on in store rental experience and knowledge, and you were like, hey, I already know this software. Why don't I teach other people how to use this software?
It seemed like a natural transition, let's say.
Okay, well that kind of makes it a little bit obvious when the next question is how did you hear about Point of Rental? But like instead of asking you how you heard about Point of Rental, since you obviously already worked with it, how'd you decide like, hey, I'm going to go into working for the software company instead of just staying at rental?
Yeah, well, anyone who is in the event industry knows that it's 24/7. Um, and if your phone rings at 2 o'clock in the morning, you better answer it. And if you need to go someplace to check on something, well, that's what's expected of you. So um, eh, that mixed in with a couple of other things had me thinking, I really like working in this industry. I really enjoy it, but uh, I can't live like this anymore. So, it took a little while. I was looking around. Point of rental didn't pop into my mind right away. I didn't even think that it was an opportunity until I called into support one day and talked to someone who still works here, Lynn, and it just popped in my head right there. It was like, "Hey, are you guys are y'all hiring right now?" And uh, she said, "Maybe check the website." So I did, and spent the rest of the workday um, getting things lined up so I could apply for the job.
Nice. Okay, so your initial job, what did you come here to do initially?
Implementation specialist. So essentially, same department. I know it's changed its name a couple of times,
Yeah.
but it's essentially the same.
I was going to say, so, I talked to a lot of people and their jobs have changed massively since they joined. They've gotten into totally different departments. Is your job pretty similar to what you were doing?
Um, yeah, I mean, we've added a few people to the department, a few new positions to relieve um, a few of our responsibilities, and to properly scale. So that has happened, and I've changed positions as well. So still in the implementation or professional services department, but now I'm a consulting services manager now instead of a well, at the time I think we were called trainer,
Yeah.
software trainer. We've gone through a lot of different names.
Yeah. I was going to say, it seems like you might have had like a bunch of different titles, but it's really a very similar role. Whereas some people, they have the same title, but it's a totally different role.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you like. Start to finish, we uh, get introduced to the customer. We help them out on how to use the program, how they need to use it, and um, hopefully we have a very long relationship, business relationship.
Awesome. Uh, so what is it that you like about working here? I assume that you like it since you've stuck around for 10 years this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the same as the event industry. I mean, every day is something new. Um, every email that comes in can totally change your day in a good way. But sometimes it's some days are longer than others. Let's just say, but it's definitely not boring. Um, Learning how people use our program and to operate their business, and wherever they are in the world. It's and I also like meeting new people, so I feel like I'm kind of social. Um, So it's getting to meet new people is very interesting to me. Um, the of course everyone loves paperwork, so and all of that good stuff that almost every position has, but um, yeah, it's every day brings something new.
And hopefully fewer 2 a.m. phone calls that you need to respond to.
Those days are beyond me, Brian.
Yep. All right. I always ask our new people for something non-work related about them. Outside of the office, what's something that you're interested in?
Um, well, we're growing okras, so every morning and every evening, go out and cut the okras. Those things grow so fast, um, but that's only during the
I was gonna say I
summertime.
like the idea of this being your hobby. You're like just super into cutting okra.
I'm just waiting for that okra to grow in the wintertime. It just never does, though. No, I enjoy I enjoy playing poker. It doesn't matter which kind of um, poker game. I enjoy playing it. Um,
Yep.
enjoy paying attention to my sports teams.
And those are the Arizona ones, I think, right? Or no?
Kind of all over the place.
Okay.
It's we can get into it later, but Tampa Bay for hockey.
Okay.
I've been a fan since the inception, long early '90s.
Yep.
The Diamondbacks. Um, Basketball is kind of my least favorite sport, so I'm not as hardcore as on one team. I do like the Pacers growing up in Indiana, but I also like the Suns. I was there 7 seconds or less offense.
Yep.
It was very exciting. Um, so I like the Suns and the Pacers, but of course, my American football team for anyone overseas who's listening or watching this is the Indianapolis Colts. So
Okay.
kind of a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, I think you can get away with the NBA one. I don't think you're too worried about the Suns and Pacers meeting up in the final or anything.
It's messed up, but I'll take it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just never happened. So,
Well, it's two of the teams that have never won a championship,
yeah.
an NBA championship. So um, their day will come. I don't even want to hear it from the hijack city, Oklahoma City fans. So, well,
As some a former Washingtonian, I'm not interested in hearing from him either. So,
yep.
let's pretend you're talking to a new pointer. As a wise, learned pointer, what's some advice you would give them?
Learn about the industry. Learn about as many of the industries that we cater to. Um, if you are going to be someone who is in front of a customer, trying to teach them how to use the program, it is true that the program can be, whether it be essentials, elite, expert. I don't have much experience with Syrinx, but um, knowing how the customer operates will help the agent or the point of rail employee um, to guide them on how to use the program, whatever it is, because there's multiple ways to get to the same end.
Yeah,
It's just okay, what works best for y'all, what makes sense for you guys. So really really pay attention not only to learning the program, but why do they use it this way.
yeah, exactly. All right, now let's pretend this is the Oscars or some other awards show, whichever one you want to imagine you're at the awards show for. You've got this 10-year achievement award, and you're needing to thank people, pointers or not, that have helped you to get to where you are today. Who are you thanking?
Are you going to start playing music if I go too long?
No, because right now that would like require me singing, and that's not going to happen. So, go for it.
We can harmonize later. um, Well, first off and foremost, at the beginning of this whole journey, I um, kept calling in until I got a response after sending in my resume. So I appreciate David Jensen and Francis Ellison to reach back out and bring me into the Texas office because at the time I was living in Phoenix. They brought me in to interview. Everything went well. Um, Moved out to at the time Arlington, and just got to thank them for the opportunity. Um, and then, of course, Wayne. for putting up with me. And then I got to thank everyone that taught me the things that I know. Um, that's Earl, Sean, Lynn, um, Scott McKay. Um, Gosh, I'm trying to think who else
I was
was
gonna
in
say,
that
geez, I didn't
department.
think you were actually gonna try to make me play some music to get you off of here.
I, I told
All of
well,
the customers, all of the former pointers and current pointers that Patrick's worked with.
oh yeah. I'll go from employee number one all the way to employee 357 if we want. The But everyone along the way that offered me guidance, offered me, okay, no, this is how you do it. The patience, because it felt like for the first couple of years that I was going to get fired every day because I didn't feel like I knew the program well enough, like I thought I did, to actually help a customer. Because it takes a lot to have that confidence, I guess, to really know what you're talking about with a program that is just so large and just can handle so many things. So I want to thank the program as well for being what it is to keep me on my toes as often as it does. Um, but Yep, and just thank all the pointers that have helped me along the way.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a level jump in between like I know something and I know something well enough to explain it to others.
Right, and know it well enough to know what it doesn't do as well. So customers have a lot of suggestions and a lot of, well, no,
That's what you get for thinking.
exactly. When I get around to you guys next time, I'm going to come in and give you what for. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you for joining me today. Congratulations again on 10 years at Point of Rental, and I will talk to you in another 5 to 10 years. I'm not sure exactly how often we're going to do these forever.
Well, let's do them on half anniversaries as well. So every 6 months, let's say.
All right, perfect. That sounds great. See you in
All
6
right.
months.